Welcome to Imprisoned Geeks. Every city has a prison, and this prison has a podcast. I'm your hosting inmate, Lucas Oliver. Joining me today are my cellmates Grafton, a.k.a. Groofy.
Hello.
Hudson.
Hi.
Howdy.
And Will.
Hey.
Today, we're all recording on January 10th. It is 9:30 at night, having a nice long evening in the cell at Jabba's palace. Boys, can we talk a little bit about what the cell looks like right now?
It's dark.
It stinks. It smells bad.
I think someone peed in the corner.
Who knows how long that's been there? I mean, well,
I can describe it in one word.
Describe it in one word. All right. Yeah,
Yep.
this is our challenge. One word. Sad. I'm gonna say sad.
Cute.
Cute, bro.
Tiny.
That's a good adjective. We're crammed.
Damp.
Damp. Okay.
Lousy.
Yeah.
Lousy, damp, cramped, pee on the floor, 4 dudes in a cell with a slug. Yeah. And we're geeks too. We are slimy and prison geeks. Well, guys, how are we feeling about being locked up in the most infamous crime boss in the galaxy? He's literally his basement. We're in his basement. I talked to Jabba. What'd I do? Little Ted Wheeler reference for anybody that didn't get that. Shout out Stranger Things 5. Shout out Stranger Things 5. Can we just reflect for a couple seconds on the greatness of that season?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Okay, well now we gotta go
damn
back
it.
to the topic of the cell and what we think about being with Jabba. Yeah, with Jabba.
What do you think about being with Jabba, Will?
Well, you know what? I don't really know why we're here and what we did. But the pee aside, there really isn't too bad down here. You know,
What
definitely
do you mean?
stinks,
I'm slammed
but
between his armpit.
well, other than Grafton
What did you
being
just
slammed
say?
between his armpit.
My head's clamped between his armpit. It is
right
right
now?
under his elbow.
That is crazy. See, I said 4 guys in the cell. I failed to mention that the 4th guy is not Grafton. Grafton is in a completely different cell with Jabba, being harassed, whatever you want to call it, in the armpit. And the 4th
It
guy
gets
in our
worse
cell,
than
I
that.
think he might be dead. There's a good chance he's dead. He just has not spoken. He hasn't moved. He may not have breathed. He's just kind of here. He's got a beard. He's got a beard.
One. That's true. He could be the one that peed in the corner. That is a possibility.
Yeah. Why don't you give that a sniff, Hudson?
Well, Grafton, how does Jabba's armpit smell?
Fresh.
Fresh.
Wow.
You think
He
he's
must wear
using
Dove deodorant or something.
Although then, if you think about it, my leg is curled underneath him, which leads to somewhere dark and wet and sweaty.
Wow. You know, even though you're suffering a lot right now, Grafton, we don't need all the details. We don't want all the details. So let's get around to what we really want to talk about today. Today, we're going to be covering, after our little tiny bit of news, The Mandalorian, Season 1, Chapter 1, The Mandalorian. That's what it's called. The episode is called The Mandalorian. And this is all in our series, Countdown to The Mandalorian and Grogu, coming out May 22nd in theaters across the world. In preparation, we're going to be recapping and watching and breaking down, giving our thoughts on all seasons of The Mandalorian, a few seasons of the Book of Boba Fett, not seasons, a few episodes of the Book of Boba Fett. And we're going to try to get prepped for this movie and get hyped. But first, I want to share a little bit of news in the Star Wars realm. So, reportedly, Tom Cruise has actually been brought out to the Star Wars Starfighter movie set and is allegedly filming, not allegedly, he is filming a fight scene that is most likely a lightsaber fight. So, that is the biggest news we have going on right now as of Star Wars. So we have Tom Cruise directing a part of the next Starfighter film. And for people, listeners who don't know what that film is, it's coming out in, I believe, 2027. It's starring Ryan Gosling, and it's directed by Sean Levy, same guy who produced Stranger Things. And
Actually?
Yes, he's doing that movie. And we have Tom Cruise now being a part of the director's team. So, how cool is that?
That's going to be a great movie.
I think I'm super excited for that. The work that Tom Cruise has done with Mission Impossible and other films like that it just proves how dedicated and honestly just like he's so smart film-wise. And so I think that's going to be a great addition to this upcoming Star Wars movie. And I'm super excited to see what he does and how he puts his touch on it.
Yeah,
boy knows how to jump out of a plane.
All right, that's the news segment. Now, we're just gonna move into our main discussion of The Mandalorian Season 1, Episode 1, aka Chapter 1, titled The Mandalorian. Is written by Jon Favreau, came out in 2019, and directed by Dave Filoni, creator of the Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels, Star Wars Ahsoka. Great guy. And now he's the creative head of Lucasfilm as well. So we got the GOAT directing this. So let's start off on this episode. We open with Mando, a.k.a. Din Djarin, on an unknown ice planet, holding the tracking fob, looking at a bar in the distance as it beeps. And inside the bar, once we get in, Mithril is being harassed by a few guys. By the way, one funny thing is the Mithril, the blue guy, the blue alien, he has no name. His species is Mithril. He's never given a name in the entire 3 seasons, and he's a reoccurring character. So...
Dang.
I forgot that.
Yeah, I think it's sort of funny because it's almost disrespectful. They all just call him Mithril. There's, yo, Mithril, get over here. Like, bro never gets a name.
I'm surprised to see you here.
Right back at you. Mithril here is taking care of my book since he was a pollywog. But then he disappeared one day after a bit of creative accounting.
Poor dude.
What if it's just like another way of calling him dude? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you call someone dude. But then,
hey, guys, okay, if we this entire episode, you have to say Mithril instead of dude.
Okay.
You can take that challenge or leave it, however you like. Listeners, if you want to go on the rest of your week after listening to Imprisoned Geeks episode 2, calling people Mithril for no reason, we will mention your name if you DM us at
if you
Imprisoned
DM
Geeks
us
Podcast
and you tell
on
me that
Instagram.
you've called a random guy on the street Mithril.
Yeah, we are not responsible, though, if you get beat up for calling someone a Mithril and they have no idea what you're talking about.
Who knows what
like
Mithril means in the Urban Dictionary, so...
Yeah, I feel like there'd definitely be like some guy out there who'd get like seriously offended if you call him a Mithril.
It's so real. Yeah. So anyway, the guys at the bar, they're talking about how they could sell his glands at the port.
What the heck is a gland? Or like, what would they be sold for? Like money,
Yeah,
but like, what are they used for?
Yeah, why are they so valuable? I'm curious.
I'm just like concerned for this guy, bro. He's about to get his glands ripped out. Here, let me just do a little bit of research right now. What is a mithril's glands in Star Wars?
They also did talk, and it's a little bit awkward of a subject, but they talked about the musk. So maybe that's what's in the glands. So maybe something's valuable.
They did
valuable
mention
musk.
that. Okay, guys, I have an answer. The mithril's glands are organs in the fictional Star Wars universe, which is kind of funny that they call it fictional. I'm literally locked up in a prison in Jabba's palace, and Grafton is in Jabba's armpit. You go talk to Grafton. You stuff your head inside Jabba the Hutt's armpit, and then you call it fictional. Anyway, that produce a unique smelling musk. This musk's scent changes with age, is a sign of youth, and is considered to have value to be a valuable commodity on the black market, making the species a target for unscrupulous hunters. I don't know what that word is. But yeah, so basically it smells really good. So are they getting a scent from this, I guess?
Yeah, like
Basically,
a
they
cosmetic or something.
Nifro glands.
You can put it. It's like an essential oil musk.
So yeah, maybe it's like a cologne or something that people wear as like a status symbol or something like
Got
that.
some nip. You got some nifrol? Yeah, I got some nifrol.
That what you wearing? Oh, some nifrol.
Yeah, that's definitely like you like rub a little bit of that on your wrist. It's gotta be like kind of oily, and then you just like go to a nice like dance. You go to prom with your mithril on. The girls are just gonna be smelling. The girls are gonna want you so bad.
Yeah, where'd you get that from? Some dude's gland.
I got it straight from the
musk was-
glands of a mithril.
The musk was ripe, so I took it from his gland.
Yeah. He's chubby. It was ripe. It was amazing. What? I'm gonna edit that out. Okay.
It was chubby. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was ripe. It was amazing.
It was amazing.
So anyway, Mithril, he's begging for mercy, and he offers the brutes credits. I have credits. I can hail a cruiser. And they say that the musk will be sweet. We just talked about that. So just before the brutes can do whatever the heck they were gonna do to Mithril, Mando struts in. And if you've never watched The Mandalorian, spoilers, we're gonna be talking about the entirety of Star Wars, and that includes every season of The Mandalorian. Whenever Mando walks into anywhere,
He looks
he looks cool. He is tough. Everybody pees their pants. Like
He's got that
It's
mithril.
aura. It's aura.
He struts into the bar, and one of the antagonizers accuses Mando of spilling his drink. He asks if his armor is real Beskar steel. This is our first mention of Beskar in the show, which is really important to Mandalorian history. Now, Mando proceeds to fight the brutes, and he absolutely owns them. If you watch this episode, it's a great intro to Mando, just showing immediately that he can take care of himself. Mando uses his whipcord launcher to catch an escaping aggressor from the bar. He shoots out the power panel, which results in the door slicing the alien in half. So he legit Indiana Jones this guy with the whip out of his Mandalorian van brace, pulls him into the door, shuts the door, and apparently there's no safety sensor on this thing, so it just cuts you clean in half.
It's like that door in Fortnite that just kills you. You get smashed in it.
Yeah, it's not like one of those minivan doors that like it feels a little bit of pressure and goes back. No, it'll go right through you.
Yeah, they need to get that checked up on this planet. Just like, why do we have no safety precautions when it comes to doors shutting?
It's
in
for
the
those
galaxy far,
mithrils.
They make it so they can, in case there's a mithril that gets shut in it, they can have free glands.
And honestly, that scene was just captivating. Watching it for the first time, just the quality of everything, the choreography or whatever it's called, it was just outstanding. And it was just immediately captivating. I knew it was going to be a really, really good show, and I was super excited after that. Also, it was really sick seeing a dude get cut in half. That was cool too.
Yeah.
That was an amazing scene.
Is it just me, or does the guy that get cut in half look like the son of Poseidon?
To be honest, I don't even
What?
remember what he looks like.
Doesn't Poseidon have like a billion kids?
No. He looks like Poseidon. He's got the long thingies on his chin,
He's got the long thing. Sorry.
and he's got the things coming down from his ears. And he sniffs things with them. I feel like.
I mean, there are certain species that have tentacles that can smell with them in Star Wars. So
Like what?
I'm actually, I don't want to say the wrong species. It might be Aqualish, but I'm 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. But yeah. So the guy gets sliced in half in the doorway, and then Mando approaches Mithril, and he's pretty nervous. He thanks Mando and he offers him money. And without speaking, Mando then places a bounty puck on the table, and the hologram turns out to be Mithril. Mithril gets more nervous and he begins to plead. But then Mando hovers his hand near his blaster, dropping his iconic line for the first time.
I can get you more credits.
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
I think that everybody in this room wants to be brought in warm.
I do.
I would say he should be one of those good guys that just says, I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in warm.
The best bounty hunter in the galaxy.
He's like, listen, dude, I don't want to kill you, so please come with me.
He's like, no, kill me, please. And then he just rips his head off, sticks his head down that hole, grabs the mithril glands, and runs away.
Grabs the glands. Imagine that bar is just a hot spot for people stealing each other's glands.
Guys, we can sell our way out of here. But Grafton over here can't. He's stuck in his armpit.
He's stuck in
Jabba the Hutt's armpit.
One more thing on I can bring you in warm or I can bring you in cold. Do you think there's ever been just a really dark instance where Mando has approached his target and he's like, I can bring you in warm or I can bring you in cold? And the guy's like, cold. And he got clapped.
Okay.
Then we cut to the title with the iconic theme. The Mandalorian theme, I think we can all agree, is just... it was instantly iconic. It has a Western twist on it. It sounds Star Wars, and it's also just like... It's so original at the same time.
Yeah, it's just like the way it sounds. It's just like Star Wars and like Western-y kind of.
Yeah, and it sticks too. Like there's some theme songs that you hear and then you just immediately forget. Like the Mandalorian theme has stuck with me. Like when did it come out? About 7 years ago. Like I still remember it vividly. I can still hear it. It's just such a iconic theme. And I thought it was amazing.
Anytime the Mandalorian comes on, I'm gonna be jamming out. So after the title, we have Mando and Mithril walking out on the port, and they meet a Kubaz, the same species as the spy guy in A New Hope. He's in Mos Eisley, and he's got like the long face. I don't know how to describe him. He's in a black cloak. Anyway,
he's in a gas mask.
Yeah, he's sort of in a gas mask. It looks like that. Yeah. So he's holding a little flute thing, and he calls a speeder from Mando to get a ride. And he calls a speeder for Mando to get a ride across the ice to his ship. First the Kubaz calls this like Lamborghini of a speeder, but Mando refuses it because it's driven by a droid. Mando specifically states no droids. This is the beginning of Mando's whole like anti-droid thing. He comes around eventually, as we see in the rest of the show, but this is very much like this is the beginning, and you see later in the episode a little bit more reason why he doesn't like droids. But he tosses the Kubaz a credit, and the Kubaz ain't complaining. He just got, his life spared plus money from a Mandalorian. One thing that probably nobody in this room will ever experience. He whips out his flute, and he calls another speeder that's piloted by an old guy with goggles and a giant beard, and he's like Santa, but he's depressed, and he's been working as a taxi driver for the past 50 years. The speeder is practically falling apart. I mean, a piece of it like falls off whenever it pulls up. And then Mando and Mithril get in.
So, when Mando and Mithril get in, does Santa give them snacks or no?
Does he have like a dash, like a dashboard, like he just opened like a little compartment and he's just got like Laffy Taffy spilling out everywhere?
Got
Or
that
maybe he's just
Cheetos?
got drugs in there. This is how you stay up on a
He
time.
opens it up, it's like chock full of glands.
And on the way over, the cab driver, the old Santa dude, he warns them about Ravanax and to be careful near the ports. The speeder arrives at the Razor Crest. Let's talk about the Razor Crest. Razor Crest
Okay.
or Millennium Falcon?
Millennium Falcon.
Okay.
TIE
Are we
Fighter!
talking from the perspective of watching all of the Mandalorian series, or just off of the first glance and then comparing it to the
The
Millennium
entire
Falcon?
show, the entire everything about the Razor Crest, and
I'm-
then the same goes for the Falcon.
I hate
TIE
to go with the general opinion, but I'm gonna have to go Millennium Falcon, man.
I don't think you
The
have to hate that
fastest
at
hunk
all.
of junk in the whole galaxy.
I'm right there with you guys. Millennium Falcon all the way.
The nostalgia that I get from just seeing the Millennium Falcon is unmatched. Here, Hudson, do you want to go look for like a key or something or a way out while we're
Yeah, maybe
While we're
pat
talking.
down the guy. He might actually be dead.
Guys! A key.
All right, end of the
that
episode.
doesn't
We are gonna unlock ourselves, get out of here. But we have to finish
Yay!
recording. We're also at gunpoint. So,
Oh,
let's
since when?
keep the
I'm
key
not-
down. Keep the key on the DL. Okay.
Okay.
yeah.
It's,
I'm not trying to
it's,
get shot.
I put it in my pants.
Great.
Guys,
Okay,
I'm not
sorry.
I'm not at gunpoint. I'm just getting squeezed harder and suffocated slowly.
Yeah, sorry, Grafton. You're gonna have to be stuck in this pit for a little bit, dude.
Yeah.
Because we're not trying to get lit up right now.
It's dark and cold. Why did he pick me to go in his armpit?
I
'Cause you're
thought
the
that it
smallest.
was like volunteer.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you volunteered, Grafton.
Soft and moist comforter.
Who wants the soft and moist comfort? The speeder driver warns them to stay off the ice as he drives away. And as the driver tears across the ice, Mithril stares. He's just kind of taking a look. And he witnesses a Ravanac burst out of the ice and absolutely wreck the speeder. We've got our taxi cab driver. He's gone. The Ravanac then approaches the Razor Crest. Mithril, frozen in fear, prepares to be eaten before Mando yanks him out of the way. The two get into the cockpit of the ship. Mando tries to take off, but the Ravanac has his jaw locked on the ship's landing gear. Mando, now annoyed, tilts his head and goes to deal with the situation. He pulls out his Ambam pulse blaster, heads to the gate, and electroshocks the beast off the ship. And then the Razor Crest takes off into the sky. I'll say this, highlight of the scene for me, pulling out the Ambam pulse rifle, which is one of my favorite guns in all of Star Wars, period.
Yeah, no, it just like evaporated people. Like,
The ship is now trucking through space, and Mithril nervously attempts small talk with Mando, which fails miserably. He asks, "Is it true that you guys never take off your helmets?" referring to the Children of the Watch culture. Fans at the time were kind of confused at this reference because in all previous Mandalorian lore, it was normal for Mandalorians to remove their helmets. So at the time, whenever we're watching this, we're like, why would he ask, "Is it true that you never even remove it?" That was kind of a neat
Because he's
thing.
a mithril.
That was a great thing whenever it came out. Just kind of, you said because he's a mithril?
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't want to. Is it true you don't remove your helmet because you're insecure because you have glands like me?
No, you said that people were confused because they normally see Mandalorians take off their helmet. But is that a normal thing for them not to take it off? I mean, I guess that's definitely like that was their founding principles. But is that just in his clan?
Yeah, his clan is known as the Children of the Watch, and that their particular practices is to follow quote unquote the way, which is a new set of rules that is more based off the ancient Mandalorian culture, which used to be more of like identity within the helmet itself rather than just having it for protection. Throughout all Mandalorian culture, armor is known as something that is just valuable, and it's usually generationally passed down as well. So it's got a lot of like sentimental value for everyone, and it's a part of their religion. But beforehand we had never seen Mandalorians not remove their helmets on screen, at least.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Mithril then tells Mando that he needs to use the vac tube, aka the Star Wars toilet. And he said, if you've never seen a fledgling Mithril evacuate their thorax, you're a lucky guy, trust me. And then he proceeds to excuse himself from the cockpit to find the vac tube, and he gets in the main compartment of the ship, hollers up to Mando, "This might take a while, I'm molting." And Mando finds him looking around in the carbonite molds in the Razor Crest, and then puts him in one himself and freezes him, just like Han Solo in The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, I was hoping to be free for Life Day. Maybe even get home to the family. But I guess that's not gonna happen this year.
Probably not.
So, yeah. Hearts in chat for Mithril. We'll see him in season 2. Mando then lands on the volcanic planet Navarro. He walks into a bar and approaches a booth, and in it sits none other than Grief Karga, leader of the Bounty Hunter Guild on Navarro, Dr. Nefario.
Nefario.
Actually, here's some
With
lore here. He
Gru.
also froze himself in carbonite.
Played by the late Carl Weathers. I'm actually really bummed that he's not around anymore. You guys know Carl Weathers? He played Apollo Creed in the original Rocky movies. In the Rocky movies.
The guy that played Dr. Nefario's dead.
No. We're not talking about Dr. Nefario, Grafton. You're in the armpit. We'll cut you some slack. He's
I
just
think
getting
all that stench is getting to him, bro.
I think it is too. He walks up to Grief Karga and he sets down a handful of tracking fobs on the table. I was kind of surprised on this rewatch seeing how many fobs he laid down, meaning that he turned in like 8 guys. But anyway, then Grief Karga offers Imperial credits for Mando as payment, which Mando dislikes. But still, before he can withdraw from the trade, Grief offers calamari flan, the gooey, watery money, but he can only pay half. It made kind of like a weird wet noise whenever he was like banging him.
It's so disgusting. It's like.
Some of Grief Karga's men offload the kryptonite, sorry, wrong franchise, carbonite molds from the Razor Crest. And Mando offers to take the rest of the bounty pucks because he's just like that. And Karga refuses him because the guild is barely able to have enough bounty pucks to go around. Mando asks what the highest bounty is, and Karga says that there's one. Virtually almost nothing to go on to find it. Mando takes the mission because he's just like that. Mando then goes into the building in Navarro City and has to use the chit that Karga gave him to get past the TT8LY7 gatekeeper droid. I had to look up that model number. It's the same kind of droid that they used for the gate's security at Jabba's palace in Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. So a nice little... That's not the trash can. We're talking about the little ball that pops out of the wall. That's the same droid that shows up in Return of the Jedi at Jabba's palace, right where we are.
Goodness gracious me. Anka, Panchuha Pinky. R2 Detour. A Tuta Od Mishka Jabaduhat. Kuchu Tuanki. Might be dozen. I don't think they're going to let us in, R2.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yep. Yeah, I remember seeing that guy as we came in.
That's funny because I had a bag over.
And then we got caught.
I know Jabba. He took me instead of just putting me in a cell and shoved me up his armpit.
You signed up for
You
it.
signed up for the wet... What?
He said...
The wet, warm comforter.
The wet, warm comforter.
He said the description was...
You said the description was wet, warm comforter.
Yeah, there's no getting around that. You're not about to play it off like it was something that anybody in their right mind should have chosen. Okay. Anyway.
Other description was, watch your dreams float away as the nice soft skin folds over your face.
Oh my gosh, wow.
And then you just sit there and you just smell.
The skin fold, sign me up, man. That's my jam.
Inside the building, he's led by a gonk droid to a room with the client.
Is that
That's
a trash
his
can?
character's name. The gonk droid is the trash can. Can we all...
Yay, trash can.
W's in the chat for gonk droid. Anyone who wanted to pause the podcast right there, we would not blame you. If you're still listening to this right now,
thank you.
The client, the old guy played by Werner Herzog, who sounds like this. No, that's Donald Trump. I can't make his... Can we all try to do our Werner Herzog client impression? That character.
Although I acknowledge that bounty hunting is a complicated profession.
Say that in his voice.
Bounty hunting is a dangerous profession.
It sounds like McGonagall or something like that.
Dumbledore?
Bounty hunting
You mean...
is a complicated profession. Grafton, you want to take a shot?
Bounty hunting is a complicated profession.
So now he's Russian.
Okay, anyway, continuing on with the episode. He's surrounded by battered up stormtroopers, and this place is clearly a part of the Imperial remnant, so after the Empire was hugely weakened in Episode 6 by the destruction of the second Death Star.
Wait, there was two?
Yes, there were two. Wow. He's on a Star Wars podcast. He did not know there were two Death Stars. That is...
No.
I'm sorry. I'm losing consciousness in the folds of Jabba.
As the client says that Grief told him Mando is the best in the parsec, Dr. Pershing walks in the room. Mando, threatened, pulls out his blaster and his Amban pulse rifle, directing them at Pershing and the stormtroopers. The troopers mention that they outnumber Mando, but Mando says,
I like those odds.
So he's just like not even afraid to take on a fight. The client then offers an Imperial stamped Beskar ingot as his down payment and a tracking fob for the mission. He tells Mando that he is a Camtono of Beskar for him as payment whenever the bounty hunting is completed and he's brought back the asset. The client says that Beskar belongs back with the Mandalorians after a period of such disarray, referring to the Great Purge, which is the destruction of the Mandalorian people and the scattering of them due to the Empire's giant attack and bombing. Mando then leaves. Walking back through the city, a Kowakian monkey lizard, the one that is sitting right next to Grafton in the other armpit of Jabba the Hutt, is roasting on a spit in the street. So, yeah, you got a little shout out to
I
that.
don't understand.
Grafton, you sign up for another hot, warm mattress in the skin
No,
folds, you
but
might
there's
end up
one
on the
thing-
spit in Navarro. Mando goes to the
He leaves
underground
Tatooine,
children.
right?
No, he does not. What? He was never on Tatooine.
Oh.
Mando goes to the underground Children of the Watch covert in Navarro City. When he enters, we meet the armorer for the first time, another legendary character, making a piece of the armor at the forge. And
So her name is the Armor, and she makes armor.
yes.
That's crazy.
Mando then offers the gooey calamari flan and the Beskar ingot, and the armorer name drops the Great Purge for the first time. After taking the Beskar, she says that it's good to have the Beskar back in the tribe. And then she go and forges Mando a pauldron from the Beskar, mentioning that the excess Beskar will go to the foundlings. A new term at the time that the episode came out. Nobody really knew what a foundling was. We all assumed that it must have been just being founded into the culture, into the religion of Mandalorians, but it was a new thing. So at the time, it was new canon. Mando mentions that he was once a foundling, and then we go into the first memory montage of whenever he was a child, being carried by his parents through a massacre by B-2 battle droids, shooting up Mando's childhood home on Akvatina. Great music during this sequence, I'll say. Great music. Mando gets a shiny new pauldron, and he leaves Navarro for a bounty mission. The bounty mission that he got from Grief Karga. And he goes to the desert planet Arvala 7. Whenever he lands, he uses his Amban Pulse Blaster scope to scout out the planet, and he's then attacked by a blurg. It's the same jump scare shot from A New Hope. It's kind of another little Easter egg here. Whenever Luke is scared by the Tusken Raiders in A New Hope, using his binoculars, he is, you know how it like just comes into frame and he's scared and he falls over? Same thing, a little
I remember
callback.
that.
Well, there are two banthas down there, but I don't see any... Wait a second. They're sand people, all right. I can see one of them now.
Goofy, you should be a Tusken Raider.
Thank you. Maybe he is in another life. Before the blurg roughs up Mando too much, it's tranquilized by Queel. Queel! This is our first time meeting Queel, who's played by Nick Nolte. At the time, we didn't know his name was Queel, so we just called him Nick Nolte the Ugnaught. But yeah,
He's a
Mando thanks
Ugnaught?
him. Ugnaught. That's his species name.
Oh, I thought he was like that thing you put in a car wheel.
Lugnut. Nick Nolte the Lugnut. Nick Nolte, if you're listening. If you're listening, Nick Nolte.
The Lugnut. Nick Nolte the Lugnut.
Mando then thanks him, and Queel simply says, "I will help you."
I have spoken.
Delivering his iconic line for the first time. This guy just says at the end of every sentence, "I have spoken." At Queel's farm, he offers to help lead Mando to the bounty target, mentioning that many people have tried to get it and have perished. He says that Mando will need to ride a blurg across the land to reach the target. Well, Mando tries to ride a blurg, and he gets tossed around like a rag doll. Absolutely, he loses a little bit of aura here. And Queel then mentions how the Mandalorians were known to ride the legendary Great Mythosaur. So this gets Mando to lock in, and he starts riding the blurg. So I guess, if you ever need a little bit of motivation...
He was basically just like, your pops can do it, so why can't you? And then Mando was
and
like,
then the lug nut just says, I have spoken.
Queel leading the two ride across the rocky terrain and arrive near the target, located in a small settlement that is heavily guarded by Nikto mercenaries. If anybody is listening at this point in the episode, nice. Wow, you're a hero.
We should probably quiet up a little bit on the sound effects, otherwise Jabba's going to get really mad at us.
Yeah, Jabba is going
Jabba's
to
already really
die.
mad. He took my leg and ripped it off.
Oh my word. Wow. How are we supposed to get you out of here at the end of this? Before Mando can approach the IG-11 assassin droid, which is actually, fun fact, voiced by Taika Waititi, who directed Thor: Love and Thunder. We're all Marvel fans here.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah, Taika Waititi, legend. He actually ends up directing some of the Mandalorian episodes, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, the IG-11 droid engages the mercenaries before Mando can even get there. Din and IG-11 decide to go and team up to get the bounty and are soon found in the middle of a huge shootout with the mercenaries.
Unless I am mistaken, you are as of yet empty-handed.
This is true.
I have a suggestion.
Proceed.
We split the reward.
This is acceptable.
Great. Now let's regroup, out of harm's way, and form a plan.
IG-11 locks in, and he just is absolute aimbot, lasering everyone. Yeah. I don't know if you guys are anything like me, but if you guys are, I was absolutely... First time watching this, I didn't know a droid could move like that.
No, that's actually so real, though.
Both of them are eventually pinned down because the mercenaries are outnumbering them, and they're about to get captured. And IG-11 begins his self-destruct countdown, which Din objects to.
I will initiate self-destruct sequencing.
Whoa, you're what?
Manufacturer's protocol dictates I cannot be captured. I must self-destruct.
Do not self-destruct.
Which, I mean, he doesn't want to blow up. None of us want to blow up. Grafton doesn't want to get eaten by Jabba the Hutt. And the mercenaries bring out a turret. IG covers for Mando, and whenever Mando takes out the turret shooter, he gets on it and has an epic moment whenever the Mandalorian theme blasts, and we get Mando just wrecking everybody on a giant turret, and it was great. That was sick.
Anyway, Lucas.
Then used the turret to blast through the door. That was a kind of a funny little moment. They're kind of wondering how they're going to get through. And then they just both glance over at the turret. And it cuts to the inside of the building. And the door gets cracked open and pushed over by the turret. And they are inside the building. The bounty is inside a floating pram. And it turns out to be Grogu, which we didn't know his name at the time. He was known as the Child, but everybody called him Baby Yoda. He was a Baby Yoda species. It's the third time we've ever seen a character in canon. Well, not
Baby
in canon,
Yoda,
on screen.
Like
but yeah, we had Yoda, Yaddle, and then Grogu. Also, he's 50 years old, and he's a child due to the slow aging process of his unknown species. IG-11 is about to kill the child, but is stopped by Mando, who under all that armor might have a heart after all. And he shoots IG in the head. The episode finishes with Mando and Grogu reaching out a hand toward each other, and we cut to the credits.
Yay!
Wow.
What did you guys think of this episode first time you viewed it and now on rewatch? Both accounts.
Still just as epic as I remember it. I mean, to be fair, I watched it when it first came out and then literally about 2 hours ago, but man, it still hit just the same. Loved it. Lived up to everything that I was hoping it was going to.
I thought it was the most amazing Star Wars series ever, coming from the fact I haven't seen much Star Wars besides the old movies.
My thoughts on this. I'm rewatching this, and it might be one of my favorite Star Wars films. It's just such a great one. So rewatch.
That's really strong. It's a really, really strong claim.
But it's also
Hey, man, you do you.
It's a strong episode, man.
It's a very strong episode.
For me, I feel like I saw this episode back in 2019, right whenever Disney Plus launched, and I was into Star Wars, and I had watched everything, but this just got me even more into it, and it got me to actually start kind of listening to a few podcasts that I listen to this day. Shout out to Return of the Pod and Children of the Watch, both great Star Wars podcasts. And just listening to those kind of made me into a bigger Star Wars fan overall. And so I have Mandalorian to thank for where I'm at today as a fan. But yeah, and now just on rewatch, I don't know, I just love every second. And to me, Star Wars overall as a franchise just has so much deep lore. The lore is so deep, it's unmatched by anything else that you're going to watch in a franchise. Every character you see is a person that has a backstory, that is from somewhere, that eventually you'll find out in a book or a comic. Like, that's just what Star Wars is like, and that's what we all love about it. Yeah.
That is true, and I don't want to open up this can of worms just yet, but that being said, what is your position on Star Wars versus Harry Potter?
Star Wars versus Harry Potter? I think they're two very different things, and they serve kind of different purposes. But, I mean, but
then you have storyline-wise, lore-wise.
I'd say overall,
what are your...
I would have to say, if I was going to keep one for the rest of my life, it would be Star Wars, just because it's a lot bigger. But the characters in the story in Harry Potter are equally as deep, and you just get a lot. You get really connected to those characters just as much as you do to any character in Star Wars.
Two things I can say.
Yeah. What do you think?
They've both got their ups and downs. The up for Star Wars, you got a big thing. The down, you're stuck inside a dark fold. Harry Potter, you've got your great characters. But as a student, I was in my first year, and that year they started using the Cruciatus curse on the first years, which wasn't really good for me. So, not only was I stuck in a dark fold, I was used by torture, and it was a rough year. At the end of all of it, my life has been summed up to one thing. He is not sure.
W thoughts. Hudson.
Star Wars.
W.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Star Wars. There's just a lot more. There's a lot more Star Wars than Harry Potter. Harry Potter, you got wands, people like waving a little stick, and then you got Star Wars with people with lightsabers and guns, like sick guns and
ships,
lightsaber fights. Yeah, like spaceships, dude. You got dog fights and sword fights. Like, bro, they're sick. It's way more epic than people waving around sticks.
I can't believe you just summarized Harry Potter down to people waving sticks. That is absurd. That is absolutely absurd.
Do we have any thoughts of how this is going to connect to the upcoming Mando and Grogu movie?
Hopefully
characters.
I think that I'm right there with Hudson. It's going to be hopefully focusing on the ultimate dynamic of this entire thing, which is Din Djarin and Grogu. Or Din Grogu, however you want to call him now. But
and Jabba.
Yeah, and Jabba the Hutt. And Zero the Hutt. Yeah, all those characters. And Ben Quadraneros. Yeah. So
Yep, we love Quadranero.
if you don't know Ben Quadraneros, it's not the end of the world. He's a deep cut reference. Mando and Grogu and maybe IG-11 will show up in the movie. Maybe. All right, guys. If anybody listened this far, thank you so much. If you want to contact us, you can find us at the Imprison Geeks podcast on Instagram. That's imprison_geeks_podcast on Instagram. You can DM us there, say hello, or ask a question that you want answered on the next episode, something to discuss, anything. But yeah, see you next week. We'll be returning next week, covering the next 1 or 2 episodes of The Mandalorian, probably just the next one. Join us next week for our continuation of the recap.
Cut it yet.
Hey, we can finally escape now.
Yeah, we can finally escape. Okay, can we get the key? Where's the key, Hudson?
Where's the key?
In my pants.
Yeah, he put it in his pants. So we'll have Hudson unlock it.
Let me grab it. Oh, here we go.
All right.
You unlock it?
Keep it down. All right, listeners, we'll talk to you next week. We're going to unlock it. Okay, let's get this way. Okay, we'll see you next time, listeners.